platform, common household for RRQ Tina. Will they be able to drop there? Yeah, safely here and uncontestedly, we shall see. And it's going to be ending towards the outskirts of Cosmodrome. So a pretty rough circle for some of these teams here. But let's take a look at what they are going to be showing to us here, because a very, very hard circle, I would say here, as the teams are going to be rotating from the northern west section of the circle here. Vehicles are going to be very limited for teams who's going to be rotating towards the eastern section here. We might see a lot of roadkill potentially here. Hopefully the zone is going to be favorable for one of the teams here, but oh my god, what am I looking there? What am I looking?
I have a feeling it might ended up around Abbey or Villanova. Usually the circle is like that, but it would be more entertaining, a bit more evil for us to wish it will be beyond winery. It will be in the water, because we haven't seen crazy circles in the grand finals yet. So maybe today we'll be entertained, who knows. But on the side of Na'vi, they dropped in a very peaceful area, a peaceful neighborhood. Nobody will snatch and compete this away from them. So it's going to be for another compound to get some fights going on.
Well, it looks like we have some stats for you guys here. Na'vi does have one of the highest win percentage in Vikendi here. 25% off of Na'vi. And I'm really like, when it comes down to the story, right? Old boy is going to be doing it with a purpose as well. We've known the story of what happened to Old boy. He's been popping off in the first 2 days here as well. He's been very consistent. He's one of the star players that people will be watching out for. But in today's games here, we haven't seen too much about Na'vi yet. It seems like they are taking a little bit of huge slump here. Maybe it's not a favorable map. Hopefully Vikendi will be something that they're very comfortable in here, and they will be able to get a little bit more points in that regards here. RRQ Athena here, now Ernie, one of the MVPs early on here. We did see a couple of interesting highlights from him as well. He's been able to pop off with this D key sprays here with his 4x scope, but we haven't seen too much from Ernie here, because we know that Ernie is one of the very high, I would say, mechanically skilled player coming from the Southeast Asia region here. But so far, he's been on and off here and there here. Chu, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm like, oh, okay, back-to-back footballers players Solke. We took, Solke with 3,000 over damage. I think this is like one of the best players up there as well. The average we've seen before was 1,500, 5 over, and we've seen Paraboy and the rest of the guys that on the high tiers reaching up to 4,000 over damage. I have to say this is one of the best players out there, and we've seen all the bars on the right side just now. The top 5 fraggers, these are the people that you should watch out for. But thinking back, we're back about Na'vi, but I'm not sure about football this thing as the 4 in a vehicle in this section. We do know that Vikendi is not as big as Miramar. It's not really an option for everyone to stay in one particular vehicle. We've seen the tragedy happen before, and hopefully we won't be witnessing one more. But back about Na'vi, sorry for that. Well, they do have quite a lot of very, very young talent on their side. Tixie and Macu, which is the striker, both of them only 17 years old, already performing on a world stage. I have to say they have huge potential coming up for them. But in the meantime, yesterday was great performance, especially by Old Boy. He's one of the top fraggers in the world right now for PUBG Mobile. But sadly, they didn't perform just yet in day 3 match, so possibly they need a little bit of warming up to do. So we've talked about this before, Icy, that they don't have much time to slack off anymore. The games they need to play by time is going to be lesser than before, and there's just no room for mess around.
Well, over till the fat lady starts singing here. In this case here, there's 6 more games to go here. Anything can go for Navi's hands. However, interesting rotation once again here coming from Football this year. Like, you know, usually we expect teams start to rotate after 5 minutes into the game here, but Football is very early rotation here, even earlier from the previous game. Like, in game number 1, they rotated in 4-minute mark. Now they actually rotated 2-minute 40 seconds mark, and it's ridiculous considering how early they rotated in. It's no surprises they've got themselves only 1 vehicles, but I'm a little bit concerned in terms of the ammunition and utilities department here, because Football is, they may be prioritizing the circle placements and positions here, but can they hold down the fort properly? Because we saw how it went down in Miramar. They were kind of pinned off here. Meanwhile, RQ now, they're gonna get caught out by the guys from Zeus here. And that's gonna be Beer 11 getting shot from afar as Zeus will look to actually get a couple KP for themselves here. Beer 11 gonna be saved off from the rest of the teams here. RRQ gonna be setting up shop to try and pick themselves up here. Zeus in no position to go in for the push here. And RRQ, they're looking to retaliate in this vicinity here. But Zio gets another knock once again. They want to keep Beer 11 in check here. That's gonna be the second time Beer 11 gets knocked off here. As D9 also gets scouted out, I believe, with the red dot slicer from on top of the roof here. Cast off 3 members now, and that just like that RRQ, they don't just lose 1, they lose 3, and it's all down towards the last member here with Ernie clutching for the team. Can he do it? No, they can't. As Zeus completely shuts RRQ out of the game here for this game number 3 here, Chu.
Obliterated by the youngsters of Zeus just now, and I have to thank Jason for this. He mentioned the fact that Zeus, having such young players, they never expected to qualify for the PMGC at first, and to take down one of the veterans, the powerhouse, the titan. On the side of PWCD, now Kopai with G26C trying to find ways to get out from this turmoil. We're talking about Zeus, who just wiped out the whole RRQ, trying to take for another victim as their kill points. It's going to be sandwiched between Secret Jin for PWCD, but Kopai, he's a man of very witty person. I say he's really intelligent. He knows where to find a blind spot for the enemies, flank them, and at the same time make them just scattered all over the place, losing their tempos, losing their formation, giving a huge hole for another team to take and embark the whole, make the right call, the right judgment call for this teams. Nova SQF and Boilers, when it comes to head-to-head, it's pretty much almost similar. I have to say they are pretty much on par for both teams.
Well, the rankings I would say in terms of playstyles here, Footballers' playstyle is going to be prioritizing in playing it smart, playing safe, playing strategically here. Nova XQF, they're very, very concerned in terms of going for those personal skills or mechanically skills here. So I would say in terms of playstyles here, Footballers, they love to think 2 steps ahead, whereas Nova, they love to go in for the full commitment fights here. So the don't exactly lie. So I would say they both excel in things that they are good at, but eventually who will be able to call themselves the kings of kings by the end of this 4 days journey in PMGC? That's going to be the most important factor here, because as of now, Nova, but so far 4 a.m. is pretty much shut them out after probably learning every single skills Nova has provided here, especially when their journey playing in China, they're true.
Speaking of which, Nova, even though they didn't have that much experience with Vikendi, and the other teams that's competing right now, because they say they cope quite well. And I have to agree, the fact that Nova, they are depending individual skills, the macro techniques from each of these guys heavily. Well, I prefer for Boy's side because they have a bit of more teamwork going on. They prefer to relay the messages. They actually have the conversation between the teams. They communicate between each other to actually start to make the move. While Nova kind of heavily dependent on order to make the initiation engagement first, then only they can make a move. They're waiting for the moment, the opportunity, the loophole they can, mess around with for the team that they're fighting against. On the side of Arrowwolf, that's kind of solved out. Yeah, it's no problem for them.
No, driving too fast is not exactly, the most ideal situation here. Sometimes you gotta keep it cool, slow, and steady, I'm saying to you, sometimes if you get into accidents here, that's gonna be causing you a little bit too much trouble. However, fortunately for them,
I see.
Nothing much
Look
yet.
At that circle. Look at that circle. It still comprises 50% of water ratio. It's going to be an interesting one. Can we get the circle that we want it to be? The cruel one. It's going to be really torturing the players. It's going to be excruciating for them. But it's going to be fun for us to watch how they cope themselves in such a challenging circle.
Yep. And speaking of which, there's going to be more stats here coming from So 4 a.m. One of the star players coming in towards the PMGCs here. Godless from so far away. It gets a huge, now almost finish over car 5. Can they save him time? Yes, they can. Ice is going to try and commit for the heals here, but looks like he will get more than they asked for here because Godless put them in a really tough spot. Corpy gets finished off eventually here, not looking too good here from PW8. That is some insane eyesight coming from him here, Chu.
Nice moment, and at the same time, and I have to say, these guys, they have the eyes like a hawk and the precision. How they control their barrels is just really amazing. Beautiful. But back about Bigetron now, they didn't expect to be their twin. Didn't expect there's so many people across him as well. He overlooked the fact that what's in front of him have so many backups behind Potato, tossing out the grenade, hoping it will land on somebody, but it will not hit nothing. And it's gonna be Potato trying to find another angle to work with. Bigetron repositioned himself. In the meantime, Luxy just arrived. Now it's always Luxy who made the plays here, but he need to aid himself with healing for a bit while Potato try to locate where are exactly the position of Ryzen's and Luxy first, because he need to find a flank. He need to just make sure the attention are being distracted, but they found him. That nade Potato. He needs to run.
Well, styles here, BTR, they know exactly what they're dealing with in sense of how they're going to be treating out against Airwolf here. They've got the damage done, but looks like they have a bigger objective here. That is going to be getting into this next phase of zone here. Renero is going to get a couple shots in, but nothing out of the ordinary here. That's going to be BTR safely disengaging from that fight and actually prioritizing on better placements here, because as of now, there's 15 teams, 57 alive here. 12 minutes has passed. Not much major fights have happened yet. Hey, we see Team Secret getting a knock towards 4 a.m. because that's something I want to watch. What exactly happened there? But before we get to that here, we do see a couple replays of what exactly happened between BTR and also Airwolf here. Great defense there coming for Airwolf, but it's pretty much split up in terms of forces in that regards, and that's going to be BTR swarming the place and taking out the guys from Airwolf. There, True.
Same control, tailing very closely for Gage, and they have to stand there, hoping he can buy time for the teammates to reposition himself at the higher ground. And now blindly tossing all the nades just to fish out, hoping Arrow would take the bait and show themselves, but not move it even an inch of muscle to just exploit his position. Now, where would Bigetron now? Did they sniff out his position? And tossing it out, but oh, he got shot there, but hasn't that chipped a bit for now. He's still okay. Applying bandage, they need to cut across. They need to get into the circle. They don't have much time left. The blue has chasing all the players in, and they need to squeeze himself into the safe zone right now, while Liquid and the rest of Bigetron are gatekeeping this one. I think Aerowolf should opt out the fact that they need to get a longer rotation. They need to get a safer zone and not force this fight and just go for this engagement, because this will cost them a lot if they force it too much.
Yeah, it looks like BTR, they are going to be prioritizing and making opportunity here. They know Airwolf is pretty much stuck here, as Liquid is still gatekeeping their only exit strategy here, coming from Hazelnuts, who's pretty much stuck out open in towards the broken walls here. And that's going to be BTR potentially getting a free, easy pickoff. And Hazelnuts, he's got 3 first aids, but as of now, there's nothing much he can do, as BTR is pretty much looking every cracks here, checking every single corner, making sure that he does not get out of this alive. There's no way Hazelnuts makes it out alive here. If he makes it alive, there's going to be an interesting story to tell here, because BTR, they wouldn't let this off the hook, right? Because as of now, the circle, they are coming in, and 1 minute 25 seconds left, and BTR have the biggest time of the world, but oh no, looks like they will play the safe card here. They don't exactly want to be caught out in this mess before the next phase of circle. And my goodness, Hazelnut, they actually survives this too.
I think Hazelnut going to be the sacrificial lamb for the team. He took one for the team while the other two were actually going to the safe zone. He has to play that bait for now. On the side of Na'Vi, they got themselves quite comfortable in a very, very safe place for now. It's a very open plane here. The moment somebody stepped out from their safe place for digital athletics, now we're gonna shoot them down. And while they are still on the run, they're trying to look for a better covers for the side of Matic especially. They got A1 behind their backs here. Well, they couple of shots been hurt, but it seems like it's just trying to bait stuff or even giving the idea that somebody's here, not to cross that territory. This is ours to take. You just stay where you are while the others are still standing down as well. We're talking about the corner secret Jin waiting for the right time to emerge and just take everybody out, but currently everybody seems to be at a stalemate. Nobody wants to make the first move yet. Nobody wants to be the first team to be out. We already have one team out, which is going to be RRQ, surprisingly. Start to move.
Act a little bit messy towards that vicinity if teams kind of group up towards the building. But as of now, be able to capitalize this here. But as of now, they're going to be doing a little bit more information gathering here. However, 4 a.m. going ahead, Hasaki going for the push here, seeing her straight off from eye shot as well. Eye shots, a player that has been performing exceptionally well in yesterday's performance here, but can they keep up the good work here? Because Team Secret, they need to win this fight, and as of now, they had a catching of eye shots from the cracks as well, the last pixel shot, and now Yuhai going to get a little bit greedy here. He's finished off Hasaki, but on the contrary, he gets knocked off on top of that, and it's all after Matt Toy from Team Secret Malaysia to pull it for the team here, because 4 a.m. they will manage to pick up Hasaki potentially there, as they are going to be in for the push here, because Team Secret Matoy last man standing. He doesn't go out of there. The opportunity for 4 a.m. needs here. This is them going to be going for the rush as well. But Matoy, he needs to heal up here, and looks like Matoy will say, you know what, I'm out of here.
Bye! And that's gonna be Yuhai abandoned and the rest of the teams. He will not abandon his teammate, but is this the right call? I'm not gonna blame him if he abandoned them just now, but Savani is gonna toss the nade. This is gonna be a huge one. Oh, he loved it too far. If only it's a bit shorter, then it's gonna be the whole team wiped out, but no! The Montoy still got sprayed down, but Savant is down to one man only. We're entering to decimation just now. 15 plays, but it's not just there. Another team follow pursuit. PW888 eliminated next by the walls between the two teams just now. Football is and not only with the barricade of Data was not even exploded. This is where everybody will force to take the fight. Like it or not, they will have to face up their fears. They have to be reckless. They have to force it, because if not, they can never make it into the safe zone.
Oh, that's a really, really rough one here coming from PW8 as well. But football is here. Early rotations here has worked out for them really, really well here. They've got themselves a couple of nice kill points thus far. But at the same time, it is Vikendi. Anything can happen as well, especially through the cracks of all this really, really snowy mountain here. Meanwhile, as soon as I say that here, Lovazin, they actually gets knocked off here, because ASL from afar is going to go a couple of shots in here. They have the cracks and also windows to actually go in for the shots in, and it's in a very risky play coming from ASL. But guess what, having the prone advantage here with the recalls, they're going to be able to do some serious damage from the mountain terrain, especially for teams who don't exactly have those cover. In this case, both the members coming from footballers, they got knocked pretty hard here. They actually pretty much set up a very interesting cross hair there with all full prones with polish. In this case, Raum and Lovers, they have a great cover. But it's all up to Lutz to go in for the Chu.
Again, they came in. They're just gonna go for the late rotations, while the other teams are busying themselves with a lot of battles, a lot of war. and Skate himself, a lot of the teams losing too much members, and the one that's winning will be the one. The economy on the side of Bigetron, they just jump in the middle of the war zone. I'm not sure if this is actually a wise decision for them to be clumped up between two teams, which is going to be Kanina Power, and behind this one more team as well. Aerowolf Lima has actually got the higher ground this time, but how long will the circle favors them? Because a couple of more seconds, 10 seconds to go, they need to move again. Kanina Power frozen. Oh my god, what was that? There was a death trap!
I was about to say it, but that was a really costly mistake because why would you shoot next to a gas tank? That
Did he notice that gas can in the first place?
I don't think he realized it. I was about to mention it, but he that was a really close call. Imagine if he shot both the gas tank, that would be a disastrous moment for him. However, Paraboy here knocks one of the members there as A1 here, and that's gonna be an opportunity for them here. They got one knock. Paraboy is pretty much stuck all alone by himself here, but the rest of the teams coming from Nova is thinking to go in for the push, but at the same time, well, so Jimmy that's kind of one of the guys from A1 who tries to leave the winery without him. Say, look at this, Nova. They are gonna go and swarm over the guys from positioning here to take advantage of the situation here. Nicely done here coming from Jimmy, and now AP. The damage has been done, but looks like do they want to go in for the zone or do they want to finish them up and worry to fight for another fight here, Shu?
I don't think Jimmy is that perfect anymore. But more shrinking it hard for Jimmy to jump down. I'm figuring things out for Jimmy. Jimmy, the moment he jumps down, Jack's going to be waiting with his rifles just across there. And we saw a couple of smoke being tossed down from the rooftop while all they're still waiting for Jimmy to come down and climb down from there. He's already preparing himself. Prep up quickly with the nade, hoping to toss it over Jax. Now, Jax, how can he get out from here? It's kind of a stuck place there. And now we have only 9 left for A1 to save Jax. Can they actually reach out to him? Was Secret Jin along the way? This is just tough for A1. They got split up and it's too far. And although when it comes to his nade, he never misses.
Yeah, there's nothing much Nin can actually do in this situation here. He tried his best, and look at this. A1, they don't have vehicles. He's pretty much all by himself here. Nova big run there coming from Jimmy here with that play here. However, another fight is about to break out here. We do see Airwolf finally making towards the next phase of circle here, but he gets sprayed down from Kanina Power here as they do mow him down. Meanwhile, we see a couple of nades coming in here. A little bit of a mess up there for coming from Airwolf, but all things considered here, Kanina Power, they are going to try and defend their compound as they want to conquer this section of the circle. If they clear out Airwolf here, they have prime vision of everyone out in open potentially, who may or may not going to be going out to the next phase of zone here, because as of now, the Swarms are coming in here. Navi are going to be on the northwest section here. We do see another team going to go for the push. The Uzi sprays are coming in, but oh boy, he gets taken down. Silas managed to survive this here. The Salim going to be providing the assist from afar. The race will spray him down with the SMG, and that's gonna be Navi completely obliterated here. DA with the fantastic support here, both far and near here. Great defense indeed. That's gonna be DA holding themselves a compound, but at the same time, they're not in the safe yet as the zone is pretty far here. Lutz still stuck inside the compound here. Team and Lutz is stuck. They see him, but they need those vehicles here. Looks like Team Secret Jin is looking for the KP, and they get the job done. But on what a way, Cosmos gets taken down, and immediately the zone is gonna slowly bleed them out bit by bit here. This is not looking good for
for Barley's to take the whole team down like that is not worth of Secret Gene to actually save the mate, and also not worth trying to force the fight against one member for Barley. The whole team plays themselves at top 10. Now A1 the next one to be eliminated. This is really a massacre going on, and the shift of the circle making it hard for now. Airwolf Hazelnut, they have the compound for themselves, but they're not inside of a circle. Okay, the circle and can able to gatekeep every single team that try to move forward. Now Hazelnut tried to position himself and then playing into the corners here, hoping he can land a couple of shots. That one nade can change everything. If only Hazelnut knows what lies in front of him. One nade, amazing, brilliant.
Right now here, the top 7 here, they are their time to shine here. Slowly inching away into the next phase zone. But little did they know, way on towards the northern section here. A7 hasn't exactly scouted them out yet here. As BTR, they're going to be clumping up in terms of forces here, making sure and smoking up all the facilities as well. Doesn't exactly want to expose their vehicles in their backs here, so they want to secure those vehicles for the next battle to come. Will that actually happen here? Meanwhile, on the northern section here, Zeus will get a couple shots in. Airwolf will scout on members from Alpha 7 here. A7 going to rush into the guys from ASL. As ASL, they're stuck in this house here, but Zeus, they can't find the opening here, but the Molotovs will completely put them all out. They're gonna burn them, and that's gonna be it for ASL, just like that, with a fantastic Molotov coming in from them. Oh my goodness, that you.
God barbecue. It's not one way to go down, but apparently they did. Now Bigetron try to pin down whatever's in front of us. He got left and right. They're getting greedy now. Kanina Powers in the grasp of Bigetron. They try to obliterate them. What's left is just Exer. So Exer have to figure things out to get out from here. No, they will actually not bow down yet. Exer will get to succeed. No way out. They got eliminated back to back. Airwolf and Kanina Power follow up next. We're down to only 4 teams left. Ethics still on the go, and also Alpha 7, mind you, that hugging around the corners here. And we're looking at Alpha 7, 2 members left. Bigetron have the have the bigger advantage in terms of firepower and manpower. Get into the safe zone, touch the ring. Circle is more than enough to secure the position, but Alpha 7, another team bow down in such a tragedy.
The battle of the best teams here are here. The former champions here, we know them as the Kings of Vikendi here. This is prime moment for them. Can they do it here? Because top 3 position as well. Zeus, they've got one man down. They can go in for the pickup here. Both the teams here making sure that they are trapped in a very, very awkward position. They still have the vehicles here. Looks like a vision to work with here, and Zeus hasn't exactly revealed himself. Luxley completely gets finished off. Bigetron, they've got 8 kills. Zeus, they've got 12. Abely gets taken out, and Zio is going to be the only one left alive for Zeus, as the zone is going to be coming their way here as he closes and edges away in here. Zio, he's going to heal himself up, but can he do
nothing for versus just, and we're looking at, it's going to be Zeus. They are 2 men, but it's one more. It's gonna be Ray, and now Ray's trying to fight him. He found it. Zaxe is down and down to Liquid. Can he make his debut? Big play done by Liquid, winning Bigetron this round. The healing games, y'all, place themselves second place. What? Used to place himself higher than what just happened. Digital Athletics almost get that chicken dinner, but denied. And entirely by the Red Aliens, here reviving their mates to triumph together for their chicken winner, absolutely, for the third match of day number 3 in Vikendi here today.
Oh, what a
It's so not-
phenomenal run there coming from Bigetron Red Aliens, the Kings of Vikendi, defending the title. And guess what? Zeus is pretty much the last man standing. They know what's up. They're checking every single corner. And Zeus, he's playing the healing game here. That is going to be him bumping up a little bit more stat. That is Arena Zin. He's the #1 heals averagely done here. He's got 9 done here, but the days! Oh, he almost caught him off. It looks like Zeus will say goodbye by dying to the zone eventually here.